Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nesha. This is KSP 1.2. Today we're gonna go from Duna home to Kerbin. And one thing I discovered, I think I was lucky I predicted a good route to go to Duna, a good time to go to Duna, but I have no clue how long time it will take to go from Duna, because Duna is here. So I need to catch up with Kerbin, as it is in an orbit that is smaller. It means you can see the speed here. So Kerbin is traveling at 9,284 meters per second, while Duna is traveling slower. So we need to catch up. So one thing we can do is spend all our time trying to orbit like rendezvous and try to catch up to Kerbin, but that will probably take a year, because if Kerbin travels all the way around Sounds once, that's a whole Kerbin year, so that's a lot of time. So the first thing I think I want to do, yes, I want to do it, I will do it, that I will not state it like that. So yeah, I will not execute my practice maneuver there, because that will take forever. So we want to orbit around Duna here. So we can wait. I think we need to wait almost a year or something like that. Oh, I didn't want to warp. I wanted a node. So yeah, that almost went very wrong, very fast there. Yeah, so I will just see the minus 500. So, and there we got the flip, so that is a good maneuver. So let's go back and forth. Yeah, this is a good enough orbit, so we're just gonna wait here for a long while. So let's start. First, we don't have an estimated burn time, so what I want to do now is to go get into the target, slowing our ship. Let's do it in this view, so we get a little bit more drama and dramatic videos here. And I'm trying to do some things out of map mode, but map mode is so useful because you get a visual representation of everything is happening in the game. So okay, so retrograde, so we have Duna here, so that is where we want to go. Let's just make a small burst so we estimate the burn one. So we have 3 minutes and 2 seconds, so 1.5 minutes and 31 seconds. That was an easy one to count. Yeah, so let's get closer to Duna. About here, I will guess. So yeah, I need to use more dramatic videos. It's a lot more fun to see our rocket work here. So we are at 3 minutes and we need to wait for a while. So let's go 5 speed for a while here, so until we get closer to our target burn time. It's a beautiful planet. We will soon go there and land. I have to design a nicer. I will want to have a good lander here. If you when I read about Duna, is kind of like Kerbin because it has an atmosphere, but it still has a very low gravity like a moon. So it's kind of like a mix between. So yeah, it could present some dangers here, but the speeds we are traveling here is not that high. I really like going slow speed when you're landing, because it's easier to I actually like the look of our rocket here. It looks like a little bit sci-fi rocket here. It's probably not the most efficient design, but at least it looks cool. So yeah, let's burn. Here we can spend some time waiting for everything to line up. So let's get... What we really need to do now is actually go to the tracking station, because we want to find out where we are. But before we go into the tracking station, I found this very good place. And this is KSP olex.biz. So if you want to have the same place here, so let's see, you can choose the different planets here. For example, if I want to go to Minimus, I can do the math. And it's not working. Okay. Oh man. Let's go from Duna to Kerbin. Hopefully. Yeah, that was what I was dialing in there. This page is very good because everything is ruled by math and orbits and gravity and so on. So this guy has taken all the math and made a tool where you can choose your origin and destination. So in our case, we want to go to Kerbin. Like this. So what that means to have a good launch, I was lucky when we was launching from Kerbin to Duna, because I was kind of eyeballing it and guessing it from rendezvous. But we don't want to rendezvous with from Duna to Kerbin, because this will take a lot of time. So here we have Duna. We need to have Duna here and Kerbin at 75 degrees. So let's start by getting Kerbin 90 degrees behind Duna, and then we can get closer to a little bit closer, so we get even a better phase to launch. It's a launch window thing. So what we want to do then is go to the tracking station, because it provides us with a better speed, so we can do things a lot faster. So here we have Kerbin. Hello Kerbin. So let's zoom out. So let's put Duna 3 o'clock, and as you can see we are ahead. We can't, as Kerbin is in the inner curve, we can see the speed of Kerbin is 9,284 meters per second. But Duna is traveling almost 2,000 meters slower, or not that slow. So it's slower, so we can't catch up there. If we launch our ship, we have to try to catch up to Kerbin, and that will be very hard to do. And I think it will provide us with a challenge, just spending years trying to catch up to Kerbin. So yeah, let's start waiting. So I'm trying to keep Duna 3 o'clock, so when Kerbin is at 6 o'clock, we can stop. Check our position now. I think that is quite a good position, because that is almost a little bit more than 90 degrees behind Duna. So I will double check. It was 75 degrees, but I wanted to... Okay, so we want to be 5:30. We see it as a watch. So let's go 10,000 time. And that's a lot slower. I think we got it there. Yeah. A little bit more maybe. Yeah, well, we'll go with 10,000 speed here for a while. I think that looks good. If we line everything up. Yeah, I think that is good enough. Okay, so let's get back to our ship. Awesome, so we have there. Let's send out Valentina for some EVA report. Thank you. So let's... Just for some science here. Okay. Cool, so now we need to... Where are we here? So I'm not sure where we need to make our maneuver node. Let's see. So there is our target Kerbin. So one of the problems we have is that we have this inclination here. So I'm thinking we'd probably need to go a lot of normal. So let's start with that. Let's start with 200 normal. Or I think minus normal. Let's see what that happened. Okay, yeah, we are outside. We got an encounter with Ike there. That was not planned. Let's get out to the bigger view. That was interesting that we got an encounter with Ike there. So we need to escape the Duna system first. So if I go crazy... Yeah, that was a kind of guessed. So yeah, that's put us out. So if I go prograde... So where are we now? So we want our encounter around here, I guess, because we need to catch up with Kerbin a bit. So yeah, we need to shrink our preampius so it touches Kerbin's things here. So let's go radial. Let's go minus radial. Let's move back and forth. Let's go to 10 adjustment. Okay, that completely missed our targets. I'm just experimenting here with the bigger values so I can see what will happen. Okay, so I think that is good enough. Okay, that will make a curve bigger. Minus now. Okay. Let's not get crazy with the normal then, because yeah, I thought it will help to get there. But oh man, that just looks fine, fairly good. Okay, so we have an encounter there, a big encounter, not very good. I think. So 9 million kilometers, that is way too much. Okay, it may, if I go less prograde. Yeah, so this is the hard part. If I had been 90 degrees on... if I had been 90 degrees on Duna, this would probably be a lot easier. I would probably just need to dial in prograde or more or less, but now I have to adjust for my weird orbit. So let's see. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, so we found. I think it's better to catch it later here. So let's see if I can make that happen. I was trying to move my PRs left here, and then I will go more prograde. Yes, that's what I need to do. I need a later encounter to get a better number. So, knowing that, I think. Okay, we have a good approach here. So let's see what makes it better. That made it worse. That made it better. So yeah, let's try to dial this in. And that was too much. That made it worse. Yeah, let's just get the approach and then we will try to adjust for it. It's easier than getting a perfect approach from here, especially in an orbit like I have. So okay, yeah. We will do that and then we will adjust. We don't have an estimated burn time. So that is one of the first things I will want to fix. So let's get into the target. Toggle SIS. Turn ourselves out. There is no up and down in space, but I guess it's easier to navigate when you have it in that way. Oh man, that was way too much. If I sound tired, I'm quite tired, but I really want to play KSP today. So, yeah, the target. So let's boost once. Awesome. So we have estimated burn of 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's just wait a half hour before I... okay, that's 1 minute and 52 seconds. Yeah, that didn't take a long time for me to fix. Okay, so we're soon close to the target, so we need to burn for 1 minute and 2 seconds. Oh, sorry, we need to start our burn there. And then we have a long burn to do. The atomic motors are very fuel efficient, but even when we have stacked up 2, it takes a lot of time to make burns here. So it's like, you can see we need to burn for 3 minutes. There we have our escape, so let's zoom out here, so we see what's happening in the universe. Brown line that is moving, that is our current position in real time, and the purple one is our maneuver node. And as you can see, the maneuver node, it will almost take us 9 months in Kerbin's time to go there. So if I hadn't lined up the planets like I did, we will be having to spend time just trying to catch up with Kerbin. So I'm slowing down here to easier to hit our target. Okay, so we have an encounter here. That's awesome. So what I want to do now is fine-tune it, but I want to do it after we have escaped the Duna system. So we are traveling in an orbit instead of a weird angle. So what we want to do is warp here, I think. And as you can see, what's going on now? Yeah, I thought it were gonna warp. I think it was about to warp directly around the whole orbit, and that will be a disaster. So that's why I'm very happy it didn't happen. So let's add a maneuver and see if we can dial that down. First, our inclination. Let's go to 1. So let's see if we can get a better encounter there. It doesn't seem like to... Okay, let's start with normal. Yes, I think I have to go bind. Okay, that didn't help. A combination of radial, I think is, or normal. Radial will do it. Yes. I think I have encountered there, but I'm not sure if it's in which I think it is easier to because view. Let's see what happens here. So there we have Kerbal. So if I are we under it? So let's see. Yeah, that's right into the planet. So let's go 0.1. I think we'll want to do this approach with very slow engines, even that it will be tediously long approach. So let's see, there is our escape. We are coming there, so let's see if I can adjust it better. And that is a lot straighter route. I think I will go for this one, and then when we are travel halfway and are approaching Kerbin, I will fine adjust it again. So this will be our thing. So let's put our thrust limiter to this, so we don't use full use here. I think I want to go 20%, but that's cool. So now we are dialing that in. Let's just get into target and just get the estimated burn. There we go. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Yeah, that's awesome. That will give us a finer tune control. So let's get back to our ship. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's see if we can ask for it here manually. So I'm going manually here, so we see what we do. So let's focus. So here we come, closer and closer to Kerbin. It takes a lot of time to do all these maneuvers. At least I should slow it. I don't do it too fast for you guys. So you can, at least I can speed it up for you guys. But it's a lot of waiting. I'm drinking tea and just waiting. Okay, that is good enough. Yeah, I need to do a lot of final adjustments here. So let's warp. A bit closer. So let's find our ship first. So let's warp here. So we get closer to... Okay, I will stop here. And then I will add another maneuver node. Focus on Kerbin so we see what we're doing. Yeah, that looks good. So 159 meters, then we can just dial it in. Let's see, where did I put the maneuver node? Over there, so yeah, the usual trick. We will, I will speed it up until we are at the maneuver node. Okay, so we are in the maneuver node and you just need to burn for 1 second, so yeah. Let's see how that looks. Lead. That's awesome. We got that executed. So let's see our escape. So let's go here. Okay, cool. So what we want to do is go here, and then we want to land, of course. So we are coming in a very weird angle. I think Kerbin should supposed to be... I can't even see Kerbin, so let's forget about that. And a maneuver so we can make an orbit. So